factors on which the resistance of a conductor depends. So first factor is the length of the conductor. And the resistance, which is represented by capital R, is directly proportional to L. So L is the length of the conductor. That means if a conductor has certain length and another conductor has some other length different from AB, so this is conductor 1, this is conductor 2. Now this is L1 and this is L2. So according to this, R, because R is directly proportional to L, because L1 is smaller than L2, R1 will also be smaller than R. So we have taken two conductors of same kind of material, of same thickness, that is the same area of cross section, in the same environment, that is temperature is common, but the lengths are different. So if we connect this conductor AB in the circuit and find out the potential difference across it and the current flowing through it, we can find out its value R1. Similarly, we connect this conductor in similar circuit. Instead of AB, we connect CD, whose length is larger. And again, we find out the value of current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference across the two ends, C and D. And using this, we can find out the value of resistance using the formula R is equal to V upon I. So that is Ohm's law we use to find out the resistance of a conductor. So if we compare these two, we'll find that R1 is less than R2. And that is how we conclude that because length of the two conductors are different, length of AB is smaller and CD is larger. That means resistance must be dependent on the length of the conductor because everything else of the conductor is similar. Material is similar, they are made up of same material, for example, copper. Their thickness is also same, equal. They are in the same laboratory, and we have found out the potential difference in current in both of them in the same environment, and the only difference is length. So because of this difference in length, there is a difference in resistance. And how it is different? Length of AB is small, and we'll find that resistance R1 will be small. So experimentally, we can find that R is directly proportional to length of the conductor. Resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. That is first factor. The second factor is area of cross section of the conductor. So what is area of cross section? This is a thickness. For example, this is a conductor wire, and generally conductor wire are cylindrical in nature. If we see cross section, we see from this side, you will find this kind of a circular area. Okay, so this is your area of cross section. For example, this is a pen. Suppose this is a conductor made up of some metal. This is length, and this will give you the area of cross section. So this is a cross section and its area. Okay, so we can find, because generally wires are also cylindrical, we can find out the area of cross section of a cylinder by pi r square, where r is the resistance. So similarly, area of cross section, and broadly we can say that thickness. Okay, how the thickness of the conductor influences the resistance of the conductor. So area of cross section or thickness of the conductor. And experimentally it is found that resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. That means if we take two conductors, one is suppose this, another one is this. Both are of same material. So both have same material. Length of both is equal. Both are made up of same length, but the area of cross section of the two are different. So one has area of cross section A1 and two has area of cross section A2. And A1 is less than A2. So that is given. Now again we connect this conductor in the circuit, find out its resistance R1. Similarly, we can connect this in the same circuit after removing this, and we find the value of R2 using the same expression V upon I. We find out the potential difference across the two ends and also the current flowing through it, and we have found R1 and R2. What we see is that the resistance of the conductor whose area of cross section is smaller is more than the resistance of the conductor whose area of cross section is larger. So R1 is more than R2 because A1 is less than A2. So the conductor which is thin has more resistance than the conductor which is thick. Okay. So you take two wires of similar material, same length, in the same laboratory, same environment, same temperature, but only difference is the area of cross section or thickness. Then the wire which has smaller thickness, smaller area of cross section will have larger resistance. So that is why it is inversely proportional. Because A increases, R will decrease. So if A increases, R will decrease. And if A decreases, R will increase. So that is how area is, resistance is proportional to the area of cross section. So these are two factors, and third factor is the nature of the conductor. So what do we mean by nature? Nature means the material of which it is made, because we know each and every material has different nature. So we have materials like copper, aluminium, silver, and so on. So conductors can be made up of any of these, but these are all have different nature. Therefore, their resistance will also be different. If we take conductors of equal length, equal area of cross section, one of copper, one of aluminium, and one of silver, then we find that if we find the value of resistance of copper, it will be different. Resistance of aluminium will be different. Resistance of silver will be different. Why? Because the nature is different. Because their material is different. So depending on the nature of the material, the resistance of conductor is different. So that is how resistance of the conductor depends on the nature of the conductor. Okay, though in all three cases, the length, area of cross section, and the environment, the temperature, everything is common. The only difference is one is made up of copper, another made up of aluminium, another one made up of silver. Now, depending on the nature, their resistance is different. We find that silver has the least resistance among three. इन तीनों में सिल्वर जो है वो सबसे कम रेजिस्टेंस का होता है. And fourth factor is temperature. So we see that if we take a conductor, any conductor of any length, suppose we take a conductor which is made up of copper, its length is known, its area of cross-section known, but we find out resistance at temperature 20 degree, and then we find out its resistance at temperature 40 degree. So once 20 degree, another time 40 degree. We find that resistance in case of temperature 20 degree is less than resistance in case of temperature 40 degree. So when the temperature is high, its resistance value comes out to be high. But when temperature is low, its resistance is low. So temperature and resistance are directly proportional. Okay, if temperature of the conductor increases, its resistance will decrease. Its resistance will also increase. And if temperature decreases, we'll find that the resistance also decreases. So that is how temperature of a conductor influences the resistance of a conductor.
So we have studied factors. First factor was resistance is directly proportional to length. Second was resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. And also resistance depends on the nature. Okay, and fourth was temperature of the environment. Now we can get an expression. Complete expression will become, because R is proportional to L and A, because L and A can be measured. So R is directly proportional to L by A. And if we bring in equality is equal to L by A and the constant of proportionality, that is rho. So this is a symbol for RHO, rho. And it is a constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality, and it is called resistivity or specific resistance of the conductor. Okay, so resistivity or specific resistance of the conductor, and basically it depends on the nature. Okay, so these three factors have been incorporated in this expression. So resistance is directly proportional to L, inversely proportional to area, and also directly proportional to the resistivity or specific resistance of the conductor, which actually depends on the nature of the conductor. So we get this expression for resistance. So if we know the length of the conductor, we know the area of cross section of the conductor, and we know the nature or how this value of resistivity appears in this formula, depending on the nature of the conductor, we can find out the resistance of that conductor, because the resistivity depends on nature, and we have found the values of resistivity for different natures of the conductor. So of conductors of different nature. So resistivity of conductors of different nature is known to us. If it is known to us, length is known to us, area of cross section is known to us, you can find out its resistance. Now let us understand what is resistivity or specific resistance of the conductor. So from this expression, R is equal to rho L upon A. We can write down resistivity rho. This implies resistivity rho is equal to R A upon L. So resistivity is equal to R resistance multiplied by its area of cross section divided by its length. Okay. If I put A is equal to 1, that is unit area of cross section, L is equal to 1, that is unit length, then rho will be equal to R. So that means if I take a conductor of a unit area of cross section and unit length, then whatever the resistance of that conductor I find out experimentally will be called its resistivity or specific resistance. So that is how we find out the specific resistance of different conductors of different materials. Okay. So now we can define resistivity. So resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance of the conductor of unit length and unit area of cross section. So that is the definition of resistivity. So as we have just mentioned already, resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance. So resistivity is equal to resistance. जो भी resistance का value होगा in magnitude, वो resistivity का value होगा in magnitude अगर the length of the conductor is unit and its area of cross section also is unit. And we can define the same in other ways also. Suppose we take a block, a cube of any material, say copper, aluminium, or whatever material you want to take. So we taken a cube, and each side of the cube is of 1 meter. That is unit. So this is also 1 meter. So this is also 1 meter. So this becomes 1 meter cube. Okay. So 1 meter cube, that is the volume, and its area, this much area will be 1 meter by 1 meter. So area will be 1 meter square, length is 1 meter, and its volume is 1 meter cube. Okay, so each side is 1 meter. So now we can define resistivity. Now if I use this cube in the circuit, I take 2 points and I put this block in the circuit and find out its resistance. Then the resistance of this cube, of this material, this conductor, will be called its resistivity, because its length, its area of cross section, and hence its volume all are unit. So now we can define resistivity. In other words, so it is defined as resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance offered by a cubical conductor of 1 meter side to the flow of current across its opposite faces. Okay, so that is the definition of resistivity. So resistivity of a conductor is defined as the resistance offered by a cubical conductor. So this is a cubical conductor because its shape is cubical. Which cubical? Whose side, each side is 1 meter in length. And if this offers a resistance, whatever resistance it offers to the flow of current is called its resistivity. So we take a cubical conductor of 1 meter side of copper, we can take one of aluminium, we can take one of silver, and so on. And we keep on putting this in the circuit and finding out the resistance. The resistance of each one of these will be different because the nature is different. The rest everything is same. So dimension is same. Each side is 1 meter. Area of section is 1 meter square. Volume is 1 meter cube. So everything else is same. Temperature is same. Only the nature of the material of which it is made is different. And because of this difference, there is a difference in resistance. And that resistance is called its resistivity because now resistance of this cube depends only on the nature because dimensions have become common. So this is called the resistivity of this material of the conductor.